Okay, so only took 12 hours for me to log into the game. I've only got my Xbox controller. I haven't set anything up. This is completely default vanilla. No idea how well this is going to go. Let's escape. Rise of a Pilot. I'm hoping I can reset this because this is literally a test. Not even on my main flight PC. Look at me. Rise of a Pilot. Choose any location in the world where you want to start your career. Wow, let's go. Oh, interesting. So I'm limited. Compton Abbas, Franklin, stand down. That's a nice little transition. I like that. Yes, choose that airport. I'm excited, anxious, and nervous, all at the same time. So all of my DLC content from 2020 is coming over to 2024, so that's good. I'm very, very happy to hear that. Because some cheeky little scroat bags would very much like to charge me again for literally quite often doing nothing more than changing the number, the version number in the config file. And they expect me to pay full price again. So I'm glad they haven't taken that route. I mean, that might be a small thing that a lot of people gloss over. It's like you don't complain about the good things. Do you know what I mean? Well, I think that's a really good thing. I think that's honourable and it should happen more. So I would like to highlight it and shout about it as much as possible, especially whilst this loading screen is taking forever and a day and a little bit longer. It's a shame. We got rain coming. We've had snow all morning. Now we got rain. Right, so this is a long loading screen. I won't edit this out because some of you probably still can't get in. You want to know how long it's going to take to do everything. I thought Flight Sim 2020 had a long loading time. This is something else. Unless, of course, it's crashed. But I, having taken 12 hours to log in for the first time, I'm loath to start again. So I will be incredibly patient. Wow, I really am going to have to be patient. I'm going to do some Christmas shopping whilst I'm sat here twiddling my thumbs. So, hey, there you go. The threat of Christmas shopping was enough. So we're at Sandown. Can't move. It seems to be a static image. Yep, definitely can't move. Be it mouse or controller. So I don't know what's going on now. I imagine there's going to be a cutscene if this is a career. I asked them to put a career in 2020 and they point blank refused. Point blank refused. Nobody wants that, they said. You're an idiot, they said. I suppose everyone with the clarity of future is an idiot, I suppose, aren't they? Jeepers creepers. I may have to do some Christmas shopping here. This is insane. I made some predictions about Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The only one I remember is full-scale weapons. And they're sticking fast with their, no, we will never have weapons on this server, aren't they? Sticking fast with that. But, they have allowed weapons and munitions to be visible on aircraft, whereas previously they weren't. Now, my question to you is, what is the point of flying a combat aircraft if it can't go into combat? And I still stand by, maybe not this year, maybe not even this release, but Microsoft Flight Simulator will have combat in it somewhere, somehow. Whether they do what they did last time and release a second title purely for combat purposes, I don't know. But it seems silly to me that they wouldn't do that. Seems ridiculous. Hang on, those flowers are moving. Yeah, but literally nothing is happening. Keep a log of that. Try and work out what's going on. So I can't WASD anywhere. If I hit the escape key, nothing happens. Scrolling doesn't do anything. Right click doesn't do anything. Left click doesn't do anything. Got a controller here. That's not doing anything. Pretty sure that none of my other controllers are like taking precedence. No, none of that's happening. Nil point, mon chéri. Nothing is working at all. It is dead. It is so dead. Someone has stapled its feet to the bar. It's a typical Norwegian blue, that is. So you know why there's like 50% off in the Black Friday deal and stuff, right? You understand that. I don't want to teach you to suck eggs, but you know why, right? Because they've been overcharging for everything for the past 4 years. Like massively overcharging for everything. Disgraceful. Ooh la 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 la. So easy. Right, it took me 12 hours to get to this point. I'm loath to just say this has crashed and start it again. I think it's crashed and I'm going to have to start it again. I'll keep recording, but I'm going to do 5 minutes of Christmas shopping and see what happens. Have a look for Lego. Lego's always astronomically overpriced, isn't it? My daughter loves building Lego. She really does. But I mean, how do you justify? Oh, the wife's calling. We'll have to end the recording there then. That's it. We're done. Needless to say, guys, didn't work. I had to end up cancelling it. I left it for a good 20 minutes or something. So I'm just going to try and log in again and see if that works. Like I say, it took me 12 hours to get in the first time. So, I mean, this is not exactly... It's not exactly what I was hoping for. But I'm not going to bitch and whinge and moan about it because as an IT professional, you could set everything up and you think it's going to be fine, but when you press the go button, it can all fall apart very, very quickly. So then you've got to run around like a blue-ass fly, finding the bug, fixing the bug, uploading the fix for the bug, and then testing the new fix, and so on and so forth. So these things do happen, you know, they're not infallible, but on the flip side of that coin, you kind of predicted it was going to happen, didn't you? You kind of felt like a 𝐒𝐵 wouldn't have correctly stress tested everything in advance, because that's exactly what they've been like. They're very French in that regard. French people have a sort of a persona that people associate with French people of arrogance. And there's certainly a sense of arrogance about a 𝐒𝐵 when you're trying to highlight, you know, quality of life issues for a start. But then on the flip side of that coin, if there is a coin with three sides, you know, they have produced something that is so far ahead of anybody else. I think they deserve a little bit of arrogance because of that. So I'm not angry. I am disappointed, but I'm not angry. Okay, so it looks like we've loaded in, which is nice. I really wanted to get a screenshot of that. That was beautiful. Forgive me, I'm going to wait until that screen comes around again. That might take a while, mightn't it? I really wanted to get that screenshot. Look at that. I think I missed it. I might get this on Steam just so I can easily get screenshots. Right, let's bring up the paint thing early, so that I'm ready. Apologies for this. Actually, what am I doing? I'm recording this. I could just wind it back and do it. I'm sorry, I'm wasting your time. I do apologise. Right, let's try again. Career. This time it seems to have crashed here. Oh dear. Oh. Hey, this is what was meant to happen. I wonder if you go and start at a bigger airport, whether the scenery and everything is the same. I rather suspect it wouldn't be, which would be quite impressive if for the fact that the loading screens weren't quite so long and felt quite so unstable. I really hope you can restart your career as well, because I don't want to start my career on an Xbox controller. Has it crashed? Is it a super ridiculously long loading time? Or what is going on? Is this going to happen every time, or is it just because it's the very first time? Ah, here we go. Oh, what the hell?
YouTube, right?
Well, he actually read my name. He actually read my name. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to say, yeah.
Welcome to Sandown. I'm Scott, the owner of this aero club.
You need to get some walls, mate.
Here at the club, we provide all the training lessons you need to get started and earn your private pilot license.
Wonderful.
Then, once you've earned your PPL, you can build up your flight hours and get more experience by taking people out on first flights.
Wow, brilliant.
But before any of that, let's head outside and take a flight to get familiar with our aircraft and the local surroundings.
Okay, I dread to think what it's going to look like, bearing in mind that there were no walls in that building. Oh, man. You know, a lot of YouTubers will edit out these massive blank loading screens, but I think it's really important to document just how bad it is. Do you know what I mean? I could, well, I was going to say I could edit this particular video to be about a third of the length that it actually is and make it look like the game is faultless, except for that whole scene there where there were no walls or background properly loading in. I couldn't do much to fix that, but yeah, I mean, that's just not reality, is it? I'll be honest, I'm still a little bit peeved. I bought the collector's edition, limited edition collector's edition from Aerosoft, and a week before the game launched, they sent me an email to say that they had decided to prioritize American buyers and that I wouldn't get my copy of the game until 3 or 4 weeks after launch. And I thought, well, that's just simply not acceptable. I mean, as a content creator, I kind of need it, when it comes out. So I cancelled that order, and within a week, they had emailed me back to say that they got some more in, and that the price had gone up. So I'm still a little bit peeved about that, I'll be honest. I don't know who to be angry at. I don't think it's Aerosoft's fault, but I could be wrong. I kind of feel like it's a Microsoft issue. And when it comes to Microsoft, they can't hide behind anything, really, can they? They can't say, oh, we ran out of money, or we didn't have enough people or resources to get it done. It's a limited edition. A limited edition special pack with the aeroplane model in it, patches, pilot's bag, all these kind of things. It's limited edition. They should have made 10,000 of them, if that's how many they were going to limit it to, and then just given them to the people who bought them. So yeah, I'm still a little bit peeved about that. This does not look like it's loading to me. I mean, I know we've got that little spinny thing down in the bottom right-hand corner, but it's actually doing it. Can I have a look at the performance? Have a look, see here. So the CPU and the memory are active. The GPU is active, which is a little bit strange since it's just a black screen. And the internet is barely active at all. And The record disc 1 Z is recording. So that's all that is. Oh my god, it did load. It did load. How long did that take, I wonder? But has it done, has it crashed again? I think it has. I think it's crashed again. I think it has crashed again. Unbelievable. What do I do? Give it 5 minutes? I have been able to log in twice in the space of 10 minutes. So, I mean, there is a chance if I restart it a third time, I can still get in. But, I mean, it took me 12 hours to get in the first time, so I'm a little bit nervous about doing this. How long shall I give it? I'll do a bit more Christmas shopping. Thing is, I don't want to stop the recording and miss something important. That's the other problem. Oh my lord. There's a grand piano here. £344.99. It's a piece of Lego, right? Try and give you a scale, a size scale. It looks like it would fit lengthwise into a shoebox, height-wise into 2 shoeboxes. So if that makes sense, that's how big it is. They want 300 quid for that. This is that a child's toy or is that for adults? The grand piano might be more of an adult's thing, mightn't it? Oh wow, there's a Technic firefighter aircraft model plane. Looks exactly like the one in this game. Interesting. I might get that for myself. Pirates Wharf building toy. 781 pieces for £31, reduced to 25. 781 pieces. Tiny. It is so tiny. Ah, V8 engine. I was going to get that for my dad. I've looked at that a few times. It's always been too expensive. It's reasonably priced now, but it hasn't got very good ratings. Guessing there aren't as many components to it as there should be. There's a marble run thing there, looks really good. A light up flying ring. Why is that showing up in a Lego when I typed in Lego? It's a Christmas train set for 22 quid. Very small, very small. That was like a city passenger aeroplane for 63, reduced from 90 quid for a child's toy. I mean, bit of flipping Lego. City police station, £43. Oh man, that reminds me of the one I had when I was a kid, except mine had like proper pull-up garages. This one doesn't even have a garage. Oh my god. That is absolutely pathetic. Compared to what I had when I was a child, that is utter rubbish. I had a full building. It had a jail in it, a garage with a corrugated lift up front door. Got none of that. Right, I think that's enough complaining about Lego. Let's restart again, shall we? Okay, here we go again. I can't move the world like I could before. Challenge League, I wonder what that's all about. I just want to try the career out. I'm really interested in that. Settings. General, graphics, sound online, camera, flight model interface, advanced options. Okay. I really hope I can reset my career. Right, so the first bit has worked. Let's see if the second bit works any better second time round. There you go, that's what it's meant to look like.
You must be 𝐸𝐴𝐴 YouTube, right?
𝐸𝐴𝐴 YouTube? I wish I'd put spaces in it now.
Welcome to Sandown. I'm Scott, the owner of this aero club. Here at the club, we
Yeah. We know. We've been here before, Scott. You don't remember me from 10 minutes ago. But the CPU is spiked a couple of times. But only very briefly. Memory seems to be a steady 60% of what I've got RAM-wise. GPU is hovering around 90. 80 to 90. Ethernet, a couple of little spikes. Here we go.
To the apron. This is where all our flying adventures begin. Why don't you walk around a bit while I finish the pre-flight preparations?
Okay. So, I'm using the Xbox controller. Keyboard also works. But yeah, this is awesome.
Today we will be flying in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. It's the main trainer airplane in our flight school. Our Cessna's got a glass cockpit and a 180 horsepower engine. Climbs well and is easy to fly. It's one sweet ride. I'm ready if you are, so hop in and buckle up. Let the good times roll.
Been asking for this to happen for years. I'm guessing if there was something wrong with that elevator, it would tell me. Get the rudder. Condition is new, so that's got a tick. It says A, press to interact. And there we go. So now I've checked both sides. That's got a green tick on it too. That's very cool. Check this is locked. Gotta check inside it as well.
The plane is majestic, but you should see it in the air. Get inside so we can get started.
We get inside so we can get started. I'm checking the door's locked. What am I missing here? Am I supposed to click on that? I only turn it on and off. Yeah. So you just look at it for a little while, actually. Oh. Okay, so that's good. Left aileron. I like this. A bit gimmicky, but at the same time it's also very realistic. Tyre conditions are good. Let's check this one. You can't crouch yourself, but if you go under the wing, it kind of crouches you, if that makes sense. I'm not sure I like that very much. I would like to be able to crouch myself. Nose gear's good. Checking here, make sure there's no bird nests. Make sure there's no rubbish. I can't believe there isn't a checkpoint at the front where the propeller is. That's a bit disappointing. Oh, hang on. No, there's not one. The nose struts. Fuel gauge. Yeah, this is much better. This is definitely more immersive. So when it says examine, all you have to do is look at it and that little blue thing goes up. No, okay, on this one you have to actually physically move it. Yeah, I'm impressed. I really am impressed. All looking good. Now the thing is, of course, if it isn't in good condition, then you want it to highlight that to you.
Welcome aboard. While you settle in, let's go over our flight plan.
Okay.
After taking off, we will climb to 1,600 feet above sea level and then fly over the airport to enjoy the view. Ready? Why don't you start the engine for us?
It says right button plus down to complete the startup procedure. So I don't actually get to start it myself. Sounds like. Let's try it. RB and down. So let's turn the engine on.
The wind is from
Doing it all for me.
270 degrees direction with a speed of 9 knots, so we'll be taking off from runway 22. Okay, let me taxi to the runway.
Really quiet. Can't hear the engine at all.
All right, now comes the fun part. After releasing the brakes and applying full power, we will speed up and take off once we reach 60 knots airspeed. We will be climbing at 75 knots, which is the recommended climbing speed for the Cessna Skyhawk. While climbing, we will follow a left-hand traffic pattern and make 2 turns. Don't worry if it sounds overwhelming, I am here to help. Release the parking brakes, otherwise we're not going anywhere.
Okay. Right button and X.
Ready for takeoff? Apply full power to get us moving.
So I like how the guy's voice changes. But I could barely hear that engine. I don't know if it's just because I'm in a tutorial.
You handle the yoke, and I'll take care of the pedals, steering the aircraft on the runway during takeoff.
Right, roger that. We're doing 25. 40. 60, easy back.
Knots. Pull the yoke a little bit to lift off.
We are airborne.
Perfect climbing attitude and speed. I see you know what you're doing.
Thank you.
We are approaching our first turn. As you'll see, the Cessna 172 requires very little yoke movement to turn.
Very little. Very, very little.
You can start turning left. We are 300 feet above the ground. I will retract the flaps. You keep climbing.
Roger that. I'm taking this one a little bit tight, but it should be fine. We're still climbing a little bit faster than we...
Climbing and prepare for the next turn.
A little bit faster than we should be, but not too bad.
Okay, turn left again. We are almost there. Remember, we need to climb to 1,600 feet. It will keep us 500 feet above the traffic pattern.
Roger that. 1,300. Going a little fast still.
I love the weather today. The clouds are beautiful, aren't they?
Yes, very beautiful indeed.
There we are, 1,600 feet above sea level and 500 feet above the traffic pattern. We have safe separation with the other airplanes. Look around, see our airport? Let's fly.
Oh look, his voice, his lips are moving with his voice. That's very, very cool. head towards the airport. Roger that. Left button and A. I don't know what that's supposed to do. It doesn't seem to do anything to me. There's the airport below us.
Awesome. I know that
We're
you're
overspeeding.
navigating and controlling the plane, but don't forget to enjoy the view. Well done. I believe you have a talent for piloting. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Let's head back to the ground now.
So he didn't at any point tell me to reduce the throttle, and I could see there that the RPMs were well up into the red. So I dropped it a bit.
Glad that we flew together today. This might be the first chapter in your pilot's journey, if you want to embark on it. Let's catch up at our headquarters.
So yeah, I really like that.
Comfortable out there. I'm sure you will get your PPL in no time.
Thank you very much.
There's a laptop in the office that shows all the certification information you'll need for your PPL exam. Take a look.
Yeah, really impressed.
Here you can see all the different certifications you can pass throughout your career.
Oh, nice. Bandwidth too low. Loading times may be extended and world streaming degraded. I've got 900 down, mate, and 900 up. So the first one is private pilot's license, and then you can go for a commercial pilot license on a rotorcraft, so helicopters, or you can go for a commercial pilot license on an aeroplane. So there aren't as many helicopter based qualifications, but there's quite a few aeroplane based ones. That'd be nice. I mean, if nothing else, it gives you something to do, doesn't it? Something to aim for, a bit of practice and whatnot. Yeah. Back to HQ. So specialization is not yet currently available. No companies are available. No missions are available. My reputation level is C, but moving towards B. And I've got 5,000 credits. I don't know what the credits are for. 0 XP. So I'm not going to continue on purely because I've only got my Xbox controller plugged in and I don't really want to fly with an Xbox controller. I want to get my joystick set up and working properly and enjoy that whole experience in a realistic way. Wild photographer, let's have a look at this. So I understand they're using the animals and the animations from Planet Zoo in this game, which is pretty cool. So I've got to take 12 photos of famous monuments, and there's 18 stars to collect. So that's World, USA, Asia, Shades of Seasons. Seasons must be a new part of the game, of course. A European castle tour, America's national parks, nature from high above, savannah safari, animals worldwide, geoglyphs of the world. That's kind of cool. Airports of the Pacific. That sounds nice. The landscapes of Europe, oil rigs of the Seven Seas, mankind's megastructures, general aviation and leisure aircraft, shorelines in all their forms, notable rocks, roofs of the world, the protectors of the skies, Paris, New York, space. I think that was one of my predictions, space. But I think I went as far to say I think it's going to reach planetary level of immersion. But that may come as a DLC or something. I still think they're going to do it. I can't see why they wouldn't. Gliders soaring around the world, stunning cities of the world, the professionals, lighter than air. Oh, that looks like fun. Extreme airports, international airports in Europe, international airports in the USA, Plane spotting narrow body airliners. So this is, I guess, from the ground, watching planes take off. And then the last one is plane spotting wide body airliners. Cool. Yeah, I'm really quite impressed with that. Activities. Flight training, rally race, low altitude flying, landing challenges, Red Bull air race. Now that's interesting. That's locked. I don't know whether it's locked because you have to complete these first, or whether it's because you need to have the Red Bull DLC, but I do have that. So maybe it just hasn't transitioned over yet. National Championship air race also locked. Discovery and custom content. Have a look at the marketplace. Oh, hang on. What's Challenge League? Oh, it's like the rally race. So it's the activities. It records your score and then you can enter the league. Okay, let's go look at the marketplace, see how active it is. Coming soon. So there's no marketplace at the moment. What about my library? I can see the ATR 42600. Okay. There's quite a few things not in my list that I own, but we'll keep an eye on that and see how it goes. I guess I just really desperately wanted to get it out before Christmas. Just do a quick free flight. Again, let's go Sandown. Says departure. There's arrival. Nothing too advanced today. I mean, literally getting into it and making it work was like the biggest issue. So it looks to me like it's maybe loading, but the only option to me is to go back. So I don't want to rush it too much. Clearly it's a bit laggy and slow. I need to try and be patient. A bit more Lego shopping maybe. So yesterday I was getting stuck at 97% over and over and over again. But it did say that the game had been installed, so I suspected very early on that sort of once you get to 97%.
Echo Golf Hotel November traffic Cessna Golf. Victor Charlie Juliet X-ray taking off runway 04 departure to the east.
Yeah, I assume that once you get to 97%, the next bit is logging in. Oh, that's weird. I was on the runway just now, and now I'm very much not on the runway. Okie dokie. Do a little bit of throttle. Brake, disengage. The engine is so quiet. I mean, even outside, I can't hear it. Right, I'll try and get on the runway, and then I'll give it full baked beans. So why have I got piloting assistance? When I loaded in, I elected to have minimal / no assistance whatsoever. that flies very differently than first flight that we did in the career mode. What's he looking at me for? Look at me with his gob wide open. What's that all about?
Don't sink, don't sink.
Bandwidth too low. I'm not liking seeing that very much. I believe it's true either.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
I think I still got my flaps up, down rather, which I don't want. But it's yeah, it's very unstable. This is much nicer actually, because one of my complaints for Flight Sim 2020 was that it was very much. There you go, thank you. It was very much like flying on rails. And admittedly, I'm using an Xbox controller at the moment, but it does not feel like I'm flying on rails right now. Although over revving again. No concerns or advice from the co-pilot to just reduce the engine. But I can't hear the engine, that's the thing. Normally that's something that you would get triggered by because you could hear the engine, but I can't hear anything. I'm going to have to go into the audio settings and see what the hell's going on. Error accessing live air traffic data retrying. Yes. Great start. Juice off a little bit. Going too fast, to be honest. Flaps coming down. I'll try and land about 60, doing about 93 at the moment.
500.
I mean, we're clearly being buffeted around and bounced around and stuff, but I can't hear a thing. This is really tough with no audio on the Xbox controller. Yeah, we're going to crash it. Come on. I don't use the Xbox controller for anything like this usually, so I'm very much struggling. If I land on the grass, I'll be happy. I'm doing about the right speed. Are there any brakes? Would you like to tell me where the brakes are? I have no idea what the brakes are and it didn't bother telling me. Okay. Well, I really don't like flying with the Xbox controller. Massive respect to anyone who can. It doesn't feel at all right for me. I mean, back in the day, we used to have joysticks. None of these thumbstick controlled things, so even back then I've probably never flown planes with an Xbox controller properly before. But certainly the lack of engine noise is a bit of a concern. Settings, Audio. Headphone simulation. Well, that's interesting. So you could turn that on. So that's cool. When you put your headphones on, it's not quite so bad. Listening mode was on TV. I'll change that to headphones. See if that helps. Loudness limiter. This option adjusts the level of aircraft to ensure sound level consistency throughout the Microsoft Flight Simulator experience. Okay. Don't know if I need that on, but anyway. So everything's at 100. Oh, now this is interesting. I've never seen this before, but I think it's a good thing. So default volume is 100%, but I was going to say there are times where I don't think certain things in games are loud enough. It would be great if I could put something at 125%, and I thought they had done it, but they haven't. Just limited to 100%. Quite disappointing. All right, so that should all be fine. Save and go back. Still can't really hear anything. I'm at 100% volume. Can't hear a thing. Let's go into a stall and see if we can hear the stall horn.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Well,
Stall. Stall.
that did not sound all that realistic from a Cessna perspective. A stall horn in a Cessna is like a really, imagine the world's most anxious passenger. It just kind of screams at you. Ah! It's well known for being quite ridiculous.
Stall.
Oh, I was looking the wrong way and crashed into a tree. All right, so quite a few issues, I have to say, but equally, how do I get out of here? Equally, there's an awful lot of positives I could draw from that. It's looking, the career mode is looking really positive, really interesting. I hope it's really fleshed out. I hope it isn't a 2-minute thing. Do you know what I mean? If that doesn't take me weeks to get everything completed, I'll be really disappointed. Quite honestly, I would like the career mode to take me as long as it would take a real-life pilot to achieve those objectives. That's what I'm hoping for, that kind of realism. But anyway, this was the first look video. I just wanted to share with you the reality of what it's like to get into Microsoft Flight Simulator for the first time, 2024. I don't want anyone to forget what it was like when it started. So I will put this video up and I will leave it up forever, just so we can all come back and see how much it's progressed. Because I have, at the moment, really positive vibes about this game, despite all of the issues. And I know some of you out there are going to be absolutely gobsmacked by that statement, but it's true. I feel very positive about this. Despite all of the problems I've had trying to get hold of a copy, and all of the problems I've had trying to log in, and all of the issues I've had since I've managed to log in, I still have a very, very positive feel about this. And I'm excited to get in and do things properly. That's where everything might fall apart, is trying to do things properly. Perhaps the game's not capable of it. I don't know. I shall try my best. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye for now.